Hey guys, it's Pig here, and I just wanted to do a little vlog today, telling you guys about what's going on and, I don't know, doing something a little bit different, I guess. It's weird. I'm here to talk to you about not just StarCraft, but actually myself. And that's awkward for me because I'm a massive nerd who's socially ridiculous when I don't have something to hone in on like a video game. But I've got a couple of little points written down. You can see me glancing out in front of me, and I just wanted to do a little vlog because I'm going to BlizzCon tomorrow, and it's exciting, and I'm happy, and I'm so bloody excited after seeing the round of 16 games. And it's going to be my first time casting BlizzCon. Last year was the first time I ever even went to a BlizzCon, and so much has changed for me in the last year. And I guess I've been kind of reflecting this afternoon and just thinking about what's happened, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So first of all, BlizzCon, we've all been watching the games. It's been amazing. My sleep schedule has been absolutely destroyed because it's been starting about 2 or 3 a.m. every single morning, which has sucked. The games have been great though. I was really sad to see Snoot go out early, really sad to see actually every single player that's gone out, I was really sad to see go out. Solar as well. The ZVZ group was just so tough. Same with Nurture. But you know, it sucks that some of those players have already fallen out, but I'm still so excited for the games that are going to come. Beyond and TY, whoever emerges from that match victorious, I think has a good chance of going all the way. Showtime has just looked unstoppable so far, and if he keeps that up, then who knows what he could do. So it's going to be amazing. I fly off tomorrow. First time casting such a big event. I'm already so excited. I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of the other guys there before, but I know that stage, that audience, is going to be completely different. And interestingly, I'm not actually very nervous about it. I'm more just excited to get up there and kind of share my passion about StarCraft. So that's pretty cool. So it made me think about, obviously everything's changed a lot. I've pretty much retired from playing at this point without having any official retirement. I'll still compete and try to win and try to deny people qualification spots and qualify to tournaments. But the last time I qualified for anything big was Season 1 this year at Katowice, and I got absolutely destroyed by Huck 3-0, who was already on the verge of swapping over to Overwatch. So I think my time seriously competing at the higher levels is done. But on the plus side, I've been very lucky to have an almost seamless transition into commentary. I was really lucky last year to do a lot of events. I had a bit of a lull at the start of this year with only doing IEM Taipei. But since then, I did GPL in Shanghai, went back to Shanghai for IEM, DreamHack Valencia. I went to, where else? WCS Mexico, WESG in Dubai. Got to go to the community summit. So especially the last few months this year has just been crazy with travel, insanely busy. But it's the first time I ever got to cast a finals at both Mexico and Valencia. And I was kind of like, I think Valencia especially was a turning point because I was actually a bit sick because I went there straight from the community summit, and I don't know, just the flights destroyed me. And the first few days I was really struggling. The last day I finally felt mostly better. And then I had to cast like 3 sets in a row. I don't know if it was like both semis and then the final or something. It was a bunch of series in a row. And I remember looking back on it and being like, okay, there was a few mistakes in my commentary. You know, I shouted a bit much. I got a bit overexcited. But besides that, I actually felt just like confident and happy. And I feel like around that middle point of this year, I finally felt a lot more confident on camera and on stage. I still get nervous. I still don't think I'm the most natural presenter, but I think that I'm comfortable enough now, and that plus my knowledge of the game and my passion for it, I think for most people, hopefully, is acceptable. You know, I don't want to go out there and say other people, everyone's happy. I'm sure there's always going to be people who dislike my commentary, but I think I finally hit a point where I'm kind of satisfied with where I'm at, and that's something which is new for me. In the past, I would always be like, oh God, listen to my commentary, and I'd be like writing down all these different things to improve, and I still do try to watch my commentary and think of things to improve, because I think anything that you want to get better at, you need to, analyze and just look at yourself and be aware of what you're doing and try to direct it in a different way. And I've been steadily kind of growing in that regard. So it's been awesome. And finally I get to go to BlizzCon, hopefully get to cast a few matches with Maynard as well up on the big stage, and that's going to be good fun. Of course, the daily as well now is something which I've been doing for 79 episodes, almost 80. I started it about 5.5 months ago, almost 6 months on May 13th. Today is the 31st of October. So it's been 5.5 months. I've done 80 episodes, considering I traveled to about 5 different international events in that time, and it takes a long time to fly anywhere from Australia. I'm actually pretty happy with the consistency I kept up. But especially the last month and a half when I haven't been traveling, I've gotten a lot more consistent. I feel like I've been getting steadily better at presenting more interesting material. I've been digging deeper in my research with my upgrade episodes. Sometimes I've taken a step back in my presentation because I've kind of been getting a little bit more detailed. And it's like, yeah, you're explaining more detailed stuff, but you're more convoluted in how you're explaining it. And that recently, especially, has really just given me this hunger to take the daily to the next level. At the moment, it's literally just me sitting in front of a camera and being like, hey guys, here's some stuff happening. And it's a bit disorganized. And while the organization has been improving a little bit, I want to start adding in some pre-recorded content. I want to learn how to edit some videos a little bit. So especially around the end of this year, I really want to kind of develop my own skills a bit more and take that to the next level. I also, of course, I'm going to have to put in a lot of time to learn the new balance changes, as we all are. It's going to be so exciting after BlizzCon, just kind of playing the game and figuring out, what the hell are we going to be doing with everything. So, yeah, the daily's been doing really well. I'm really happy that a lot of Protoss and Terran players have started watching recently, and I want to keep the content going for that. Of course, I hit a huge benchmark for myself, and I did get promoted to Grandmaster with all 3 races the other week. I know some people were kind of like, well, does that really count? The new MMR is like not really accurate just yet. Not at first. When you first get placed after 5 matches, it means nothing. All my races were like 6k MMR. It was like, okay, well, obviously I'm not 6k MMR, but I went way down during the soft MMR period, which is your first 25 games. You will like lose and gain heaps of MMR per game so that it quickly adjusts to where your off race is, right? Now with a separate MMR. So I went way down to like just to below 5k with Terran, went down to like 5.3k with Protoss, and I've steadily worked them back up. And my Protoss is up at like, I don't know, 55, I think, 55, 56, something like that. My Terran's around, might even be 57 now. I don't know, my Protoss was like a bit higher than it probably should be, but my Terran got up to about 5,300, sometimes 5,350. It's still in that very low GM range, and it's something where I still need to put in a lot of work to improve my Terran, but knowing that, I feel very confident that I am definitely Grandmaster, at least on NA, legitimately. With all 3 races now, it's given me a boost in my own confidence. And I know there's still huge gaps in my knowledge. I know even pro gamers have huge gaps in their knowledge. So it's not like I say, hey, now you have to listen to what I say. Everything I say is right. But it gives me a little bit of confidence just to say, you know what? I think I'm actually going to be talking about stuff here which is relevant. I think I'm always going to bring a critical enough eye. And if I say something that's wrong, I will always add an annotation to a video. I will always, do a new video saying, hey, I was wrong. Debate and learning, I think, is always something which is important. And I think I especially am someone I'm not a perfectionist. I'm a person who learns through trial and error, and I'm never afraid to be wrong. So, live and learn, but most of the time, I think I've had a lot of good discussion and debate with the Protoss and Terran players who kind of didn't trust my judgment at first. I've learned a lot from them, and hopefully they've learned a bit from me as well, and going to keep that content up. So that should be cool. So the daily's continuing. I want to do it better. I want to have some episodes where I'm like, look at this example, look at this pre-recorded videos just playing on screen for you guys, have it all smooth like I'm a real YouTuber. I started doing shorter episodes in the last few months, but they've been mixed in with way longer episodes. So I want to bring that to some sort of consistency. Just with the the What If Wednesdays being the one exception, which is a long live format stream show, not based around YouTube. So what else, guys? A couple other things, just to round up. What about myself? I've been a lot happier this year, and part of it has been forming exercise and health habits as well. So for me, exercise has always been something which has been very big in my life, but I also am very addictive in my tendencies. I get like super hooked on things, and like I just overdo them. Like I never do anything half-assed, and it's like a blessing, and it's like, yeah, because I can be like, I want to do this, and I can just destroy it, Whereas some people struggle with that motivation, but I'm like, I guess on the edge of what you'd say, bipolar tendencies, where it's like I'm just going to overdo that to the point where I can destroy it, and I can do it really well. But it's always at the cost of something else. So this year I've been finding a lot more kind of like, hey, let's find some balance. And especially in the last few months, exercising a lot and eating just less. I've been eating a lot of Subway. Okay, this is actually the funny bit. My name's Jared. I live across the road from a primary school, kids school, and I've been losing a bunch of weight while eating Subway for lunch most days. Let's hope the story ends there and it doesn't get any weirder than that. Screw that guy. What a gross dude. But yeah, no, it's been awesome. So I've lost, what was it, almost 20 pounds, so 8.5 kilograms in the last 6 months. I've got like this piece of paper on my wall. I probably should have brought it out to show you guys, but it's just got like a list of, weights and dates on it. And there was like a few points where I lost a whole bunch. But basically, it's been like a steady just kind of changing my habits. And I don't try to do things where I'm like, I used to always, try to overdo things, but now I'm just like, well, if I want to lose weight, I'm just gonna like eat a bit less food. Like I still eat chocolate, I still eat hamburgers, not as much. I don't like exercise where I'm just like, ooh, let's lift 600 kilograms. I just do some high intensity cardio, do some push ups, sit ups, squats, whatever the hell else. I've been actually doing some fun video exercises. There's some good stuff on YouTube if you guys are super lazy like me and like basically having someone telling you what to do when you're working out. But that's been really cool. So I'm down to 80 kilograms, which is about 176 pounds. Wrote that down for you American guys, as I know there are a lot of you guys that watch. So yeah, and I'm 6 foot tall, which is like 182 and a half centimeters or so. So I'm actually at like a very healthy weight now, which is cool. It's like that weird thing where you suddenly have more energy and like you're not hungry all the time, even though you eat like a third of what you used to eat. And you're like, oh, this is weird. I have energy and motivation. And one of the best things about this is I have more time to play video games. Like basically I sleep better. So I'm more well rested. I get my work done earlier each day. And then I just have more time to screw around playing games. The last week and a half has been way too much Civilization. I finally got a handle on that game and how to figure out all the mechanics. So I think I'm ready to take on my first deity game because I'm destroying a game on the king difficulty as the Chinese right now. I'm ahead in every single thing. Like I just wanted to test out the mechanics, so I'm literally leading like culture, science, and religion. It's like and domination, and it's like, oh, I think this game's over. I'm just kind of plodding along, figuring out the tech tree in the late game. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. That's been amazing. So I'm going to round up now, guys. This year's been great. I'm so excited for Blizzcon. I know I'm going to see a lot of you guys over there who I haven't seen since last year's Blizzcon or since the community summit. For you guys in Australia, I know a lot of you aren't going to have the pleasure going to BlizzCon, but I hope to see you guys here in my house, right around here, because coming up on the 26th of November, we got the next PiGSty Cup. Sorry, let's let that focus in. Got the new trophy, I picked that up from the post office today. Costs a silly amount actually, but it's just so fun having that trophy. So that's basically like a home story cup style tournament. Of course, my place is a 2-bedroom apartment. It's pretty small, but we set up a casting room in my housemate's room, who is so nice that he actually lets us have a casting bed. We sit on the edge of his bed. We talk StarCraft. Last one we had like over 50 people here, like 55 or 60 or some crazy number of people. It was insanely packed. And we just drink a lot of beer. We have a lot of meat. We've only got we're going to have 6 computers set up at this one. The last one was only 4. So the games go pretty slowly. There's not that much playing StarCraft. There's a lot of watching. There's a lot of commentating. There's a lot of drinking beer with other nerds, eating meat and having fun. So if you guys are in Sydney, please do come down. I know there's usually a few people who come down interstate, or actually we've even got Vodge coming down from New Zealand this time as well. So that should be cool. So yeah, I think that's about it, guys. I just wanted to do a little blog, put this out there, say I am going to be gone from the daily for about 2 weeks because I'm staying in LA 2 extra days afterwards, and it takes forever to get there, and we've got to rehearse for a few days beforehand and make sure this show's looking good and all that sort of stuff. So including travel time, and then I get back and there's like a wedding and a few other events. It's going to be about 2 weeks from today until the daily starts up again. But I'm going to come back refreshed, happy after an amazing BlizzCon into a new world of crazy balance with tanks which don't lift up with medevacs maybe and do way more damage and all sorts of other cool stuff. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate the support. Keep it up. Keep loving and playing StarCraft. And I hope a lot of you get to watch and enjoy BlizzCon with me. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Don't forget to hug a cactus, lick a walrus, and of course, punch a watermelon to the moon. I'll catch you guys next time. Goodbye and good night.